An animated grey-haired man wearing a bright orange shirt and a pounamu round his neck leans on a carved cane. He stands near a rugby field.
Kia ora. It's been a long time since we had a global pandemic like COVID-19. Thankfully, here on our whenua, we've been able to stay safe without too many changes. That's a result of our actions, lockdowns, border measures, and Aotearoa's location in the South Pacific.
A brown-haired man with a moustache has tattoos up his arms. He wears a high-vis work shirt and a tool belt. He stands in a kitchen holding a spanner.
But the world is still struggling, and finding a solution is super important. The vaccine is a major tool in our toolkit to help us get through this pandemic. Keep our friends and families protected, businesses cranking, and our travel bubbles open.
A woman in a blue uniform has a stethoscope around her neck. She stands in a medical office next to a whiteboard where an illustration of a vaccine bottle appears.
Vaccines are our best option. They're helping get the whole world back on track. The Pfizer vaccine we've selected was developed using mRNA technology. We'll explain more about that later on.
The drawing on the whiteboard changes to show a timeline running from pre-clinical trials through 3 different phases, each with a period of assessment in between. An arrow pointing to the timeline is labelled the usual way.
Although this vaccine was developed quickly, we didn't have to start from scratch, and testing has been rigorous.
The timeline changes from a straight line to a staircase shape, where the preclinical trials in the 3 phases are staggered, one on top of the other. An arrow pointing to this timeline is labelled the COVID-19 way.
Streamlining the testing process just sped things up.
I was feeling a bit nervous at first. Now I'm relieved my mum safely got her jabs. But I know we're fortunate. New Zealand isn't high risk, so we can afford to vaccinate our population in stages. That helps countries who need the vaccine the most get it first. So our border workers, frontline healthcare workers, and at-risk friends are getting their doses first. Then the rest of us can do our bit too.
The man wearing the tool belt in the kitchen plunges his hand into a bag of chips.
It really is all about us chipping in, eh? Getting vaccinated is a major step towards greater freedoms.
The woman in the stethoscope stands beside a whiteboard which shows the words NZ Vaccine Facts, surrounded by a purple koru design.
But getting there will be a team effort, and that starts with everyone getting better informed. So join us next time and we'll get into the finer details.
Black text in front of a blue sky. Find out more, covid19.govt.nz/vaccinefacts. The logo for the New Zealand government, Te Kawangatanga o Aotearoa. The black and yellow logo for Unite Against COVID-19. Mā tātou katoa e ārai atu te.